EPA WA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for September 16th, 2022. The Friday video forecast is proudly sponsored by McCall Collective Brewing. McCall is a family-owned and operated business with 2 locations in the Lehigh Valley. Their original Southside Allentown location at 102 East Susquehanna Street is open 7 days a week and features a full food menu, over 17 different beers to choose from, local wine and cocktails. And their newest location, McCall Collective Tap House in Trexlertown, located at 7743 Hamilton Boulevard. You can find 10 beers on draft, along with a house-smoked barbecue menu that is open 6 days a week. For more information or to place online orders, visit their website, mccallcollectivebrewing.com. Proud sponsors of the Friday video forecast. So a continuation of mostly sunny conditions, and we're going to start getting progressively warmer over the next couple of days. Very chilly start for many areas on Friday morning, but we're going to moderate back to near average today. 75 to 80 degrees is the temperature spread from northwest to southeast across our region today. And then for the next couple of days, we're going to keep adding about 4 degrees to the temperature. So whatever you have today, add 4 for Saturday, add another 4 for Sunday. That's what we're looking at. So progressively warmer through the weekend. And then Monday, I think it's going to be warm as well, but then we might take a slight step back Tuesday, Wednesday, and maybe even Thursday of next week, but still slightly above average at that time. So 3 things I want to cover in the video was the temperatures, and we did that already. Second thing is the next chance for rain, so we're going to get into that now. And the third thing I want to cover is the update on the tropics. I'm going to have an update on the tropics every single day as long as Fiona is out there. It is a tropical storm now. Yesterday we were talking about Tropical Depression 7. It is now Tropical Storm Fiona. So here is, we'll get to that in a second. Here is this weekend. This is going to be a fantastic weekend, though. It's going to be a little warmer, but we are going to have mostly sunny skies continuing straight through Sunday. So no issues this weekend at all. So if you have anything planned this weekend, it's going to be great, okay? Once we get to Monday, we have this boundary off to our north here, and a little short wave going to move along that boundary and may bring late in the day, but more likely evening and overnight, a few showers through the region. Okay, you can see that here. So the last couple of days has been progressively getting coming a little bit further south. This looks like it might have been like a 10-day stretch of no rain at all. Now we might have halfway through this a little bit of rain, but just some light showers here coming in here. Again, probably late Monday evening into part of the overnight, and then that's out of here. So this is the weak short wave moving off to the north, and it's associated with that. On back to Tuesday, you get to mostly sunny skies. Same thing here on Wednesday. And then Thursday is our next cold front coming in, and this is going to be in the lead of a trough. So it's going to be warm again here on Thursday ahead of that frontal boundary. Once this boundary moves through, there could be some scattered showers or perhaps a thunderstorm, but it's going to depend on timing of this front. Right now, the European model doesn't show too much. Just kind of a little bit for our northwestern areas, and that's it. But this frontal boundary is sitting right like this, okay? So there's your frontal boundary. Up here is cooler temperatures. So we'll get us back into the 70s on the other side of that front. They'll start on Friday of next week and go into the following weekend, okay? So that is our weather for the week ahead. If you look off to our south here, there's a little mess coming into the picture down here. This is what the European model thinks is going to be Tropical Storm Fiona, or maybe hurricane by that point. First, I want to give you the look at the, where is it? I have it here somewhere. There it is, the National Hurricane Center. This is the 5 o'clock advisory for Thursday, and I did this video before the 11 o'clock advisory came out, but it's probably not going to change too much here. This is a pretty far out lead. This is a 5-day stretch. This is east of the, right now, as of this update, it was just east of the Lesser Antilles, the Virgin Islands, British and U.S. Virgin Islands. It's going to make a very, very slow trek westward. Very slow. This is a 5-day path here that they have in this cone. So that takes from, to get to here, it takes 5 days. It's going to take a long time because there's really not a very, I mean, the wind flow is still westerly, but it's very slow. It's very weak. It's not a very strong steering flow with this. So it's going to be moving very, very slowly, we think, okay? So that's the first thing. So the second thing is, what does it do once you get out here? The cone of uncertainty is a little wide because there's a couple different ways. Once it gets to this area right here is going to be critical. Not where it is right now, but when it gets in this general vicinity, and where it goes from there is going to be better determined next week. So you see this is, by the time I do the Monday morning video forecast that I'll record on Sunday night, it should be right about here. Okay, somewhere near Puerto Rico or closing in on the Dominican Republic, somewhere in that vicinity. From there, it could go a bunch of different ways, okay? Since this is slower, we talked about this trough that's coming in here on... Thursday, okay? If this is a little bit faster, this trough can pick it up. If it is slower, it does have the chance to miss that trough entirely, okay? The trough might just bypass it, and then when it comes up here, there's no trough there anymore, so it just goes a different direction entirely. So it's looking like there's a couple different paths here that this thing could take, okay? And we have to keep an eye on this because the National Hurricane Center does, in fact, have it going up like this, because this is kind of what the GFS does in this direction, right? That's one option. That's because the trough picks it up and it's a little faster. If it's a little slower and misses that trough, though, this could continue across the Dominican Republic and Bahamas and affect Florida in this manner, or something that the Canadian model did, which brought it even further west into the Gulf of Mexico via Florida, going across Florida itself. And, you know, there's a lot of different possibilities out here at this point of what it can do. If this does stay weak and very slow and it misses that trough, it might not take this path to the east here like the National Hurricane Center is currently thinking. Okay, there's a very wide ensemble spread, and we have plenty of time to look at this next week. And again, this is something that just keep this in the back of your mind for now. When I do the Monday video, we might have a little bit better idea at that point, but that even then, it might not be set in stone. Here is the look at the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico. This is the Southwest Atlantic and the or Western Atlantic and the Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico shown here. So here's our system. This is where it is expected to be today. It's not very strong right now. It's just a tropical storm, right? As we move this forward, this is what the GFS does. Keeps it weak, and you see it right here. Goes over Puerto Rico, near the Dominican Republic, and then it turns it off to the north, and the trough captures it on Thursday, and it sends it off to the north and east toward Bermuda, and then out of the picture, and it's gone. So we get to the same point here. Again, the critical area that we have to watch for is what it does when it's right here. When it's right in this vicinity, we'll have a better idea where it's going from that point, okay? It's not there yet. We go over to the European model. Similar idea. It's in the same spot, right? And it kind of misses that trough, and it kind of meanders near the southern Bahamas or northern part of Cuba, and then makes a run at the eastern coast of Florida because it missed that trough, right? And then it does, at the very end of the year, it does try to come up the spine of the Florida Peninsula at that point. Go back to this point again, and we'll go over to one more look here, which is the Canadian model. And this is another solution. Takes it in the same spot. From there, it does something different. It does, like the European model, take it toward Florida. It crosses Florida and then emerges into the Gulf of Mexico. So there's a lot of different possibilities here. Just something to keep in the back of your mind for now. No direct threat to our area, but I know some of you have interests in these areas, whether it be family or if you have travel or anything like that. So we're going to stay on top of that in the week ahead. But we have a lot of time to look at this. So this is not something that we need to be first or get right. You just can't do it until you get at least to right here. When it's near the Dominican Republic, we might have a better idea at that point. That's not going to be until at least Monday. So relax this weekend. Enjoy the weekend. It's going to be a fantastic weekend. We will revisit this again next week, and we will be on top of it if it is a threat to land at that point. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for September 16th, 2022. Have a great Friday.